You are listening to Torah Treasures, a messianic perspective on the weekly Torah portion, featuring Rabbi Jason Sobel.
This week's Torah portion is Parashat Bereshit, which means in the beginning. It is the opening chapters of the book of Genesis. In the opening chapters of the book of Genesis, we have the creation of the world, culminating in God's crown of creation, Adam and Eve, humanity. Adam and Eve, after being created, shortly thereafter, disobeyed God, and this is the question that I want to raise. What loss did Adam and Eve incur as a result of their transgression? How would a tikkun, a repair, be made for what Adam and Chava, Eve, had done to themselves and to all of creation? What part would they play in it? What is our role today in fostering tikkun olam, the repair of the world? According to Genesis and Midrash Rabbah, Adam and Chava's transgression caused the loss of at least 5 things. First, they lost the divine glory that shone from their faces. This reflects the fact that although they were made B'Tselem Elohim in the image of God, this image had become marred along with the intimate face-to-face relationship that they enjoyed with God. Moses, whose face reflected God's glory after spending time in God's presence, recaptured some of Adam's lost glory and intimacy with God. Second, they lost everlasting life. If Adam and Chava had not disobeyed God's commandments, they would have lived forever and not died. Third, the quantity of the fruit produced by the trees was greatly diminished. Fourth, the earth began to bring forth thorns and thistles, which made Adam's labor extremely difficult. Finally, Adam and Chava lost the benefit of the special divine light that illuminated the world during the first day of creation and which shone in the Garden of Eden. This spiritual light emanated from the manifest presence of God in the world, the Shekhinah, and is stored up, according to our sages, for the righteous in the world to come. In the midst of judgment, though, God offers hope to Adam and Eve. This hope came in the form of a promise which we read about in Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise you on the head, and you shall bruise his heel. This passage contains a messianic promise that through the seed of Chava, a descendant would be born who would undo the curse of creation and restore paradise on earth. Who is this promised seed? The critical question becomes one of the central issues that the book of Genesis, the entire Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible for that matter, and the Brit Chadashah seeks to answer. The Torah does this by focusing on the promised seed. Thus, the Torah tells us that this promised seed is going to be a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from the tribe of Judah, Genesis 49:10, and a son of David, 2 Samuel 7. The Brit Hadashah proclaims that Yeshua of Nazareth is the one of whom Moses and the prophets wrote, based on the unique signs that he performed and his miraculous resurrection from the dead. Therefore, the Bisarot, the Gospels, rightly conclude that Yeshua is the promised seed who has come to redeem mankind and renew creation. When Messiah's work is completely realized in this world, a complete tikkun, a complete repair and restoration for Adam and Eve's transgression will be fully realized. All of us have followed in the footsteps of Adam and Chava by causing further harm to the world. But as Rebbe Nachman says, if you believe that you can do damage, then believe you can repair it. As members of the covenant and agents of Messiah, we have a God-given responsibility and mandate to bring about healing and hope in this world through engaging in tikkun olam, repairing the world. This includes bringing about a tikkun through spiritual means such as prayer, study of scripture, and making Talmudim, disciples for Messiah. It also includes our participation in social action and justice, such as helping the needy and oppressed, fighting against racism and discrimination, and caring for the environment. As we wait for Messiah, let us not forget that we have a role to play in healing this world for God.